welcome back. You're in the know with Dion Temple, bringing y'all a video that is about the relevancy and importance of staying aligned with your passion and focusing on the goals you have at hand. So this video is a video I've been meaning to do for a while actually. It's about just the analogy between Usain Bolt and how you can attribute that to your life. So what do I mean by that? So basically, if those who don't know, I don't know how you would know about Usain Bolt's record, in which he ran 9.58, I believe, and he basically beat his own record previous to that, in which he set the world record for the fastest time known to mankind. So Usain Bolt was in a race, and if you look back at the video, you could see him getting into his own groove, his own tempo, you could say. And when the race started, he was locked in on the end, right? He saw where he wanted to go, and in each long stride that he had, he got closer and closer with each step. But as you could see, throughout the whole race, he was focused and he wasn't looking into anybody's lane. And at the end, you could see him look over as if he knew already that he won, that he achieved his goal. So how can this really be attributed to your life, you might ask? Well, you might want to think first on any goals you had at hand, any accomplishment that you've obtained. Did you do it without the confidence that it could be done, and the confidence in yourself when people discouraged you or gave you advice about other pathways in which you could go? Did you allow that to dictate, you could say, how you felt? So basically, Usain Bolt was focused on his mission at hand. Usain Bolt knew that there was one race, and that was his race. He was in one lane, not two lanes. He was in one vibe, not another's vibe. So how can you take that into your life? How can you make the best out of the situations and the knowledge that you have, the knowledge that you can also gain? But where does it start from? Where does this so-called enlightenment, or this sense of just knowing what you have to do and not what others want you to do, where does this come from? It comes from the heartbeat that you have, that single heartbeat which is connected with not just all, but what you want, what you truly desire. And to connect with that, you have to really go within yourself and find that space, find that lane that you want to, that you know is the direction you want to go. And usually that's forward, right? Sometimes you have to go backwards to understand and to revisit things you needed to grow. However, it's about knowing that the direction you want to go is always forward. It's always to the future. Not already being in the future, but staying in each moment, knowing that's where that space, that entity, that thing that you want is, and where it is, it's already there for you. So it's just about you running and focusing on it, having that bird's eye view. I was just looking back at some symbols such as the Rod of Tahuti, and the Rod of Tahuti basically has two snakes and a wing coiled, or the snakes are coiled around the rod. So where the wing is basically is at the top, a little bit over the midpoint, in which the two snakes' heads comes over the singular rod. So the wing represents the ascension over the mortal planes in which human thought is limited. The two snakes represents the two energies within us, masculine and feminine. However, the rod in the middle is you can say the conduit, the base, the singular entity that which we are. And if you fully begin to understand the meanings and relevancy of these symbols, you understand that you're the greatest symbol, that you're the greatest version of yourself in every moment. And yeah, you aspire to become something greater than you are now, but that's just human nature. That's the being in us that's always yearning to become the best version of ourselves. This yearning to become the best version is tuning out any self-limiting thoughts, any fear, because nothing was achieved by just staying in the darkness. You have to bring the darkness out of the light, as thought represents the beak of thought, represents the pulling of the information out of the mud, as I got from Forbidden Knowledge. Salute to you for that. And also just taking the information that you get, as we sometimes get too caught up on the physical aspects of things. I for one believe we're expressions of energy in the physical. So anything we do where there's a higher power, which a lot of religions, of course, they speak of this entity as God. But even from a soul spiritual basis, which is just having solidarity and knowing that there's a higher entity, higher being, which you are connected with. And if you're connected with it, it's essentially you. So it's knowing that we can basically do anything we put our mind to, anything that we truly feel passionate about, anything we resonate with, and allowing these expressions to flow. So as you could see with Usain Bolt, he wasn't trying to be somebody else or trying to be a better version of somebody else. He was focused on executing in his body, in his state of frame, in his solidarity, in his training that he's been doing behind the scenes, not only in his physical gifts, which he was blessed with, but also honing these skills, because a sword cannot be sharpened just by sitting around, just by, being in a corner. It's gonna get rusty. So it's about sharpening that steel. A lot of the time you have to be around steel to get sharpened, so you have to be around other people who are in their own frequency or very, very at the very best of their game as well. It could be also in the similar field or in the exact same field. And that's what competition is essential in that sense, to push each other, right? So And all is just about really retuning, realigning yourself with what you see yourself doing, what you know you're passionate about. Drawing information from all different facets, no matter how much you think it conflicts with you, you never know the type of perspective you can get out of that and the type of knowledge that you can achieve by just being around this information, whether it does feel comfortable or uncomfortable. That's just the nature of life. You're not always gonna be feeling, you know, as confident. Like, I know for sure my experiences doing things I just had to chuck into the water, just go dive right into it. It's not about sitting around waiting for that feeling of confidence. It's like when you talk to a girl, you're not always the most confident. You're not always the best dressed that you feel like you are, but you go and you make the shot. You succeed. You truly succeed when you attempt it, because it's also breaking that barrier. You fail when you don't even try. That's how I look at life. For the most part, it's about really having your mind set and executing. Peace and stay blessed.